After failing miserably to do a State of the Collection video last year, I am now catching up. This is divided into a few different sections with some overlap, and we're just going to do the best we can with it. We're going to start off with our friends at Casio. The AE1200, aka the Casio Royale. Got the glare there. There we go. An absolute classic, and on this stunning Vario strap that is made just for the AE1200 to give it that beautiful swoopy. Next up, continuing our Casio good time, is the what I lovingly refer to as the Casio Yolk. Ha ha ha. Get it? Because it's yellow like an egg. This is the Bluetooth enabled Casio. Not a whole lot to say here. It's kind of my beater, you know? Mowing the lawn, doing your artwork, that kind of stuff. Going to the dressier side of Casio is the AQ800E. This is a dual timer. It's got the digital display down low and the nice cool field note style gridded dial on a very pretty bracelet, even if it's quite a hair grabber. Thank goodness for that Irish heritage. Not much to grab onto there. Next up, another one of my preferred kind of knock-around beaters is the Freestyle. It's a brand that is known for making quartz watches, digital or analog, that are just surf-inspired 80s retro vintagey kind of vibes. I like them. They're fun. They're inexpensive. And if you break it, you just don't care. Heading into the I would definitely care if I broke it, we have from the Baltimore Watch Company, a new imprint from Sal Baltimore. This is the Natty Bow Moon. I didn't pick a good day of the month to do this. The moon phase is the actual Natty Bow's face for the moon. It is a quartz moon phase, but an actual moon phase. It's not just a repurposed date wheel. And it's got the Natty Bow guy's mustache as the counterweight on the second hand, which is super cool. Little Maryland crabs there in the background on a Maryland strap, because, you know, show that love. Next up, I did a review of this fairly recently, and I liked it so much I decided I had to keep it for myself. The Sonair Nostalgia, a tank style but super beautifully curved, nice little dress watch with just enough of the Gata inspiration to not necessarily require a suit. This is the Seiko SUR457, and it is the currently not running, sadly enough, but the review of this video is my most watched video for the whole channel, and I still like it. It's quartz Seiko movement, sapphire glass, nice and skinny screw down crown. It's actually it's a tremendous good daily wear. I love it still, but I need a new battery in it. We're switching over from quartz, but still in quartz, over to the Review Q. This is a Jack Mason Solar Field Watch. This might end up moving out of the Review Q because I don't think you can actually get it anymore. Jack Mason as a brand has been evolving aggressively over the last few years, and they have moved kind of up market. Higher end movements, better finishing. This is actually still pretty good though, but yeah, they're kind of they're moving up in the world, and stuff like this has kind of fallen by the wayside for them. Or maybe they'll surprise us with something cool in the coming year. Alright, this is a pair that I am Now, I feel guilty about because I've had these things for probably 2 years now, maybe longer, and I have yet to actually do the freaking review on them. They are from a brand called Megalith, which does sound like a rejected Transformers title, but the watches themselves are pretty great. Nice homage style of your Justy Dates and your PR XC kind of thing here. Obviously a quartz, as you can tell by the thinness there, but they did a good job on the bracelets, the J style and the flat links. Next is a triple calendar from a Microbrand called Sovereign. This is a, come on, focus in there, buddy. There we go. Triple calendar on a Miyota movement. And that beautiful custom rotor there. And the Vacheron inspired little bracelet. Very dope, great color. Another Microbrand. This is from the a sister brand of Hemel. This is Alent, and this is a very nice B-type Flieger with a very gold case back. Alent. Super nice, super affordable, and boom on the fly clasp. Gotta love that, Marvin. Thank you. More Microbrand goodness. From the Singaporean, from the Microbrand RZE comes the 38 Valor. Tremendous titanium field watch with the angled case design that they are kind of known for, them and the folks over at Zelos. Maybe it's having a Z in your name makes you just go do crazy stuff like this, eh? It's pretty cool though, huh? Yes, it is. Start moving away from some of the Microbrands in the review queue. The New Bayo Magellan, I believe this one is. I think it's a Magellan. It's obviously like kind of like a Richard Mille inspired, by the way, of Star Trek nerds kind of vibe, which I am all about. This one is a relatively new acquisition. A relatively new acquisition from Pierre Paulin, the sister brand to Mercure. Might be a Microbrand, might be an AliExpress brand, depends on who you talk to and how much they hate Chinese watches. But it is a jump hour, which is super, super cool. On a nice beads of brass bracelet with a very cool kind of biblical-ish theme back for no reason, but you know, we're gonna forgive it that. Haha, get it, forgive it. I'm funny. But it's really cool and the dial is amazing, so yeah. From D1 Milano. I think they're a Microbrand. They might be a factory brand, I don't know. They got an Italian vibe, but I don't know if they're actually Italian. What they do have is a watch that looks absolutely stunning. It's kind of a PVD thing, but it looks like a carbon fiber. And because it is on a rubber strap and fitted with a Miyota movement, it feels light enough that you might think it's carbon fiber, which puts it miles out of the price range that it actually is. So that's pretty cool. This watch is pretty great. And now for something completely different. Are you ready for the Aragon GMT on a millipede style bracelet. The NH34 edition of the GMT. Super amazing. Put a little power in that puppy. There we go. Starts right back up there. Most of this stuff's been sitting in boxes for a minute. Oh, but that is just so beautiful. And like many Aragons, it's a little bit big, but for some reason it fits way better than it should for its size. Oh yeah, the Citizen Soyosa. This is the guilloche dial with the small seconds complication on the Miyota movement, of course, with the, I don't even know what this kind of linking is called. Is this a president? I think it's called a president. I don't know. It's really cool, really comfortable, and really, really pretty to look at. See, just look at it. It's pretty. Heading back to Baltimore for a minute, the Baltimore Watch Company. This is the Balt Pilot with the camera and the light cannot possibly do justice to this beautiful blue meteorite dial. And the Miyota movement, full titanium. It's a fantastic pilot watch. Oh yeah, Baltimore Watch Company. Local boys loving it. And let's go from Baltimore Watch Company to the main brand, Sal Baltimore. If you're a football fan, you're going to dig this. If you're not going to care. This is an officially licensed Baltimore Ravens wristwatch. It was a limited edition that was only sold through the Baltimore Ravens official jeweler Meritage. It's a bronzo built on the Torsk platform with a gorgeous O-flex tile strap with a adjustable clasp. Though I'm thinking about picking up that bronze bracelet from the Zelos guys to go with this. Oh, it would look so good. Leaving Baltimore, but only by a very short distance. The Towson Watch Company. The Towson Watch Company. This is the Martin M130 chronograph. It is a base 7750 that they build their own modules for. I'm honestly a little disappointed the case back isn't clear on this because their movement work is beautiful that they do it all in-house. Nice big slab-sided beauty there. A proper pilot's chronograph, looking absolutely killer and super legible. This is one that I keep saying I'm going to trade or I'm going to sell or I'm going to do something. And we've moved out of the review box into kind of the keeper box territory now. This is, I don't even know the reference. It's just a really gorgeous Seiko with a really gorgeous dial. Still hollow and linked bracelet, but tremendous movement, beautiful fit and fitment. I keep thinking, I'm going to trade it or I'm going to sell it. And then I put it on and I change my mind. It's one of those watches. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've got one in your box. And to Switzerland, a recent acquisition, the Longines Spirit. This is the 42 model. It is possibly the nicest watch that I might own at the moment, but it is also one of the bigger ones. It doesn't quite sit right. I'm looking at maybe trying to pick up the 37 to the 39. Anyone out there want to trade? The closest thing to a daily wear that I own, the Formex Essence with the mother of pearl dial. Another one of those ones that's really hard to capture on film how pretty this dial actually is. It's just absurd. It really is. And Formex with their suspension case, their amazing bracelets, everything they do. This is my first Formex, and it will not be my last. Heading back over to Microbrand land. Hager, a Commando, their Mil-Sub homage. I don't think they make this small one anymore. I think this is like a 37. I think it's a bigger version now, a little bit more fancier kind of finish. This is, you know, really old school, simple illumination, simple loom pips, aluminum insert, just like a nice, basic, solid ass tool watch. Huge, huge fan. Going from a Mil-Sub diver to a beautiful skin diver, Hemel, a steel bezel, baby blue sunburst dial, Miyota movement to keep it nice and slim. See, this thing's picked up a few scratches. I wear it quite a lot. Yeah, crunch. Absolutely gorgeous though. Gorgeous. Speaking of gorgeous, the Zelos Aurora Field Watch in the Damascus case. Just picked up a few scuffs, marks, and stuff like that, but I don't care. You'd think the sharp, straight lines of the meteorite dial and the Damascus curviness would like clash. It doesn't. It really doesn't for some reason. It's just beautiful, and I love it. And I have the bronze version of this only bronze bracelet on its way. Cannot wait. If anything could be said to be a placeholder, this would be it. Hoping to maybe get a two-door Ranger, or maybe like an old Air King, like 14,000 reference from the rollers. But this makes me really, really happy and scratches the Explorer itch. And it's got a really unique, cool kind of bracelet with the, it sits really well. It's small, it's like 34.5 millimeter, but it sits really well. It's got big long lugs, and it's incredibly comfortable. Matthew Tissot did this as a special limited edition for the Asia Mechanical Timepieces Facebook group, and they've done a few more editions with new colors and stuff like that in the intervening years, but I do like the classic. You might recognize this from previous State of the Collections. This is a Omega 2609 from 1947. The Jumbo, as called, because it is a dress watch that's like 38 millimeter across, which from the 40s is unheard of. They're usually 32, 33, 34 tops. So it fits with like modern sizing conventions, but it is 70 something years old, which is really cool. Continuing our vintage spree. This one is the Movado. It's got the 95M. It is the in-house chronograph hand wind movement, and it's of some importance because when they switched away from this, they started sourcing their chronograph movements from Zenith. And it's unique in that the bottom is what starts and stops the chronograph hand, and the top button resets it, which is pretty cool, I think. Now we're heading towards our sentimental favorites. This was a gift from a friend of mine. It has the Paul Breguet logo above the Volcane logo because it actually was made, it came from the factory that made both of these brands on contract for in the United States. A lot of Swiss brands back in the day would outsource the American builds to American companies so they wouldn't have to pay the import taxes. And in some of those places, as part of your training, you would get to take home stuff to work on, and they double branded it like this so that you couldn't steal stuff out the back door and try to sell it. There's more to it than that for the story, and one day I do hope to tell it. It is super cool, and I like it so, so much. This is, well, frankly, doesn't look like much, but it means a ton. This is my father-in-law's old watch. It is a Seiko quartz integrated bracelet, flat link, kind of probably was a dress watch at some point, and has just turned into a nice scuffed up beater, and I love it for what it is. I'm never letting this go. But I probably should get it cleaned. It's looking a little scuzzy in there between the links. High definition. The one I don't wear enough of, and kind of on purpose, the Orient Sun and Moon V3. I was wearing this watch the day I married my wife, and every time I pull it out, I think of that wonderful, happy day. I think of my wonderful, beautiful family, and it just makes me smile. Some super vintage beauty here. This was a gift from my friend over at from my boy Steve at the Watch Corner YouTube channel. You need to do more videos, bro. It's been a while. This was a gift from him. This is a Casio. This is the first digital watch with a running seconds complication. And it's where you can only tell by whether or not it's solid or blinking and how many of these things are lit. It's a very complicated way to read it, but it is a running seconds, and it's the first running seconds. It's not the first digital watch. It is one of the first digital watches, but it's not the first. And it is absolutely killer. So much fun, and could use a little poly watch, but kind of like the scratchiness of it right now. One day, maybe. One day. This delightful chonkster was also a gift from Steve at the Watch Corner. It is a three-hander at the moment because it was modified by a friend of his. You can tell from the case it used to be a chronograph from Exoskeleton. I kind of want to flip it back to a chronograph. I think it would suit the complexity of the case design much better. But it's kind of one of those projects that is, well, almost always going to sit on the back burner until one day. Speaking of projects that we'll get to one day, my wife got me one of those, like, kind of El Cheapo Amazon. Show your partner you love them with this wooden watch. It's of highest quality. It's not great, but it is important to me, and I would love to, like, maybe paint or replace the hands or something, maybe give it a new dial, I don't know what. I want to do something with it so that I wear it a little more often, because black on black on black is not legible. It's very difficult to read. But I do love it because my wife got it for me, and I love her very much. And the bracelet is actually kind of comfortable despite being kind of junky. And we're wrapping this up with something unremarkable, but another gift from my wife, a Citizen Eco Drive. Let's pop this puppy off here. There we go. I love the planky design, kind of Aquaterra inspired maybe, but super comfy, lasts forever. Eco Drive is the best. Alright, that ran a lot longer than I expected, but I had a lot of stuff, and we didn't actually cover it all. There was some stuff I couldn't even find. How do you like that action? But thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, blah blah blah. You know all that stuff. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Until next time, this is your old man from the Old Lion State, signing off.